But I've heard some atheists claim that biblical slaves were bought and sold, that their daughters could be sold as sex slaves. But to be fair, that doesn't say anything about slave traders, but these next two verses do. If we take a look at Exodus 21:16, it says, "Anyone who kidnaps another and sells him, or still has him when he is caught, must be put to death." So if you're a slave trader, you get put to death. And Deuteronomy 24:7, "If a man is caught kidnapping one of his brother Israelites and treats him as a slave or sells him, the kidnapper must die. You must purge the evil from among you." So this verse repeats that if you are a slave trader, you die. So it must be important. Not only does the law not allow the buying and selling of slaves, but you get put to death for it. So I would say it's pretty heavily discouraged. Now let's look at the supposed sex slaves. Exodus 21:7-11. "If a man sells his daughter as a servant, she is not to go free as men servants do. If she does not please the master who has selected her for himself, he must let her be redeemed. He has no right to sell her to foreigners because he has broken faith there. If he selects her for his son, he must grant her the rights of a daughter. If he marries another woman, he must not deprive the first one of the food, clothing, and marital rights. If he does not provide her with these three things, she is to go free, without any payment of money." So, if it's difficult to understand a verse, sometimes you can look at multiple translations. Since they were all translated from the same source, reading multiple translations just helps you to get a better understanding of what the text is trying to say. So let's check out this verse in King James. "If she please not her master, who hath betrothed her to himself, then shall he let her be redeemed. To sell her unto a strange nation he shall have no power, seeing he hath dealt deceitfully with her." So, what does betrothed mean? It means engaged to be married, not to be confused with sex slave. During this time there was marriage contracts and bride prices and arranged marriages. So I'm going to go ahead and interpret these verses for you now, and you can read along if you want to. So, if a father receives a bride price for his daughter, and she signs a marriage contract with the man, and the two of them don't get along, the daughter can be returned and the bride price refunded. If she is engaged to the man's son, then the man has the obligation to treat her as his own daughter. If she is engaged to the man, and he decides to marry someone else, then he still has to pay for all the girl's food, clothing, and living expenses, or she is returned to his father and they get to keep the bride price. Furthermore, the Bible is very clear that you can't have sex before marriage. So the idea of having sex slaves is kind of ridiculous.